What's up, y'all? It's Kyrahcrosswire, and I'm back for another video. If you're interested to see how I got this look doing a curly quick weave flip over using the Ivy method with this hair from Amazon, make sure you stay tuned. So here is the hair. I'm gonna leave the details below of the name of the hair and the link, but I got 3 bundles, 22, 24, and 26. And there's my puppy Cairo. He was begging to be in a video, honey, so I gave him his little 15 seconds of fame. Y'all will be seeing more of him pretty soon, but basically I have a pixie cut, so I just molded my hair back, and then I used a black cap with some hair glue to adhere the cap to my scalp, and then I use a second cap to put over that to give myself an extra layer of protection before I begin to install my spray and everything that I use to basically harden my wig cap. And I'm just taking a blow dryer and I am hitting the perimeter of that to make sure that it dries. Okay, so boom. Basically, what I'm doing here is just taking the blow dryer and I'm hardening the sprays and the spritz that I use as a barrier on my scalp. I didn't have any of the Quickweave Robert Diamond that people use, like the protective gel, like the shield. So I'm using this. So the first couple of tracks I take all the way around from side to side, and pretty much during this time you're just going to see me applying those tracks. After I apply a couple of the tracks, which I am doing them single, I'm not doubling any of them because I wanted it to be really full and I wanted to fit everything without running out of too much space, which eventually I did wind up running out of space, but I did go ahead and use some of the curly hair from my previous curly quick weave tutorial. So luckily I had that because I could have stood to have another bundle or two, I think, but I made it work nonetheless. But you're just seeing me here take the tracks from side to side, and that's going to help us have a seamless flip over method. I do have a pixie cut, so it's not going to be perfect once we get to the blending process, but I think it turned out pretty good for the circumstances. So I'm using this white eyeliner pencil. This method is from Ivy. I never tried this method before, but I wanted to give it a try because I kept seeing it and I've been obsessed with doing quick weaves lately. And basically you are just creating a little box, more so like a rectangle than a square, and you're gonna block that space off because that is where you're going to do your pronto flip over method, the Ivy method. So I'm gonna let you guys watch until I get to that point, and then we'll talk more about what we're gonna do there. Okay, so boom. Now that we're at the top, we're working within that rectangle. So all we're gonna do is basically just take a track piece that's gonna fit in that space. And she mentioned that it's easier to do this with the longer tracks than shorter, so that's why we did a rectangle instead of a square or a smaller space. So I'm literally just gonna take piece by piece and I'm gonna go through there and I'm just gonna keep applying the tracks until you can't apply any more tracks. And it's very important to put them close together because that helps with the blending process. So that's literally what I was doing, and then I started to realize that I was going to run out of hair and I wasn't going to have enough space to spread the tracks out without you still being able to see through it or it being clockable. So I went ahead and used some of the curly hair like I mentioned earlier from my last Quickweave video that I did, the shorter one. So I'm literally just alternating in between those to mix it in to kind of try to blend it so it wasn't different. And I don't know if I made the right or wrong choice doing that, but honestly, in the end, with the styling that I did, everything wound up working out. But if I did this look again, I would definitely shoot for 4 bundles if I use this brand, just because I would have liked it to be a little more full and the same length instead of it being a little choppy with the other bundles that I used. Because I think I had the shorter ones, not even the longer ones from that bundle. So I don't know. I think it still came out pretty good. Y'all let me know what y'all think. This is my first time trying this method too. I'm just trying to get better with doing quick weaves and stuff because I really, really like the way they look and I'm trying to grow my hair out. So I've been trying different styles to see how well I can blend my growing pixie with these different styles. So you're literally just about to see me continue to do that until I get all the way over to the other side, and then we're going to get a little more into some styling. Alrighty, so now we have pretty much gotten to the end. I just had to add probably I think like 2 or 3 more tracks fit in there. And now you can see me, I have taken down my leave out. Y'all can see my hair is still pretty short. But I just want to show you guys the seamlessness of this method. Ivy, girl, you snaps. Because look at that. You can't even tell where the tracks start or end, which is really good, especially if you have shorter hair like mine, because it just helps make everything look more seamless, and you know you're able to cover that a lot easier if your hair is shorter like mine. So I'm just gonna zoom y'all back out and then show y'all kind of what everything looks like pre-blend. You can be really flexible with these styles. If your hair is shorter, it could be a little harder to be as versatile. But if you have longer hair or a texture of hair that blends in really well with this, then it should be super easy to do a bunch of different styles. And you could, of course, leave more hair out depending on your personal preference. But my hair isn't that long, so I don't want to leave out too much because then it'll make it more difficult to blend. So I'm literally just stretching the hair out and cutting it bluntly at the bottom. That's kind of the look I was going for. And then I went through and I did some very light layers throughout the hair, which honestly in the end it really didn't matter because I wound up wearing it in the style that I did that you guys seen in the beginning. I think I wore my hair this actual texture for a day, and then the next day I was like, you know what, I want to do some wand curls. So that is what I went ahead and did. But I'm just showing you guys that if my hair was a little bit longer, honestly, this would actually look like my real hair right here in this clip. But like I said, this is pre-blend, so don't come for me because it's not blended yet. So now this is the next day or something like that. I didn't sleep with a scarf on or nothing, so don't judge me. But now I'm getting into the my favorite part of the video, which is the wand curling of the hair. And I'm going to be using flexi rods, as you guys are going to be able to see. But first I'm starting off by sectioning off the hair and detangling it in a way that makes it a little bit easier for me to maintain it. And I was trying to do this over a garbage can because at this point the hair was shedding a little bit because I had cut the wefts and I cut the bottom, so it was shedding a little bit. And it's curly hair and it's also like cheap or whatever. I got like 3 bundles for like $90, y'all. So this is not something that I was planning on keeping in my head for an extended period of time. I just wanted something quick, cute, and affordable. And I'm taking my BioSilk and this heat protectant serum, and you see me putting that on my real hair and on the bundles just to give it a little bit of moisture. And I'm using my Denman brush to brush all of that out. And as y'all can see, everything is looking nice and coated. So I'm going to just go ahead and move on by showing you guys how I am hot combing my leave out to blend it in a little bit better, because we're getting ready to go ahead and actually wand curl and apply the flexi rods so we can get the desired look that we're going for. So I'm just hitting my edges with that honey, and I'm getting them all pressed out and ready to go. And yeah, I didn't want to do too many passes because I can get carried away, honestly. And I had to remember that this is my real hair and not a wig, and I didn't want to do too much. But that's exactly why I applied that heat serum, just because I knew I probably would do a couple of passes because my hair was a little kinky from being under the wig that it was under, and I just needed to give it a little bit of TLC to get it together. So yeah, y'all get the picture though. Okay, so now on to the fun part. Like I said already, I have this big bin of different size flexi rods. So I'm literally just taking that first row that y'all seen me pull out, and I'm wrapping the curl backwards. Honestly, there's not really a rhyme or reason to this for me personally, but when I got to the top, I think I did them forward so they could fall in my face. But other than that, honestly, there was no specific method that I used. I literally just wrapped it around closely onto the wand, held it tight, slid it off, and held it for a couple of seconds. And as you can see, this is the kind of curl that I got, and this is perfect. It does not have to be all the way to the root. This is actually totally fine. And now I'm gonna take, y'all, I am jamming to whatever I was listening to. But I'm taking this medium size, or small, I guess, size flexi rod, and I'm making sure to wrap the end in a way that I can clip it so it doesn't move. So I hope that makes sense. But the end, I always want to make sure that that's somewhere where it can be tacked down so it doesn't, so I don't end up with straight ends. And it still winds up happening here and there, but for the most part, that helps you keep your the very bottom of your hair like in the same ringlet shape. So I just skipped it because, of course, you know, y'all don't need to keep seeing the same thing over and over again. So this one, as you guys can see, I switched it from going away from my face to towards my face. And the next clip is going to show me taking them out. I will preface and warn you that you won't see me taking all of them out because I was actually running late for work. But you guys will get to see me take out a couple, and you'll get an idea of what it looks like when I'm taking them out and the process I use. I do move very carefully when removing the flexi rods, just because I don't want to manipulate the curls too much. So y'all, my dog is in the background, so if y'all hear him whining, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm very careful when taking them down, so that way I don't manipulate the curls too much. And you guys see me unraveling them here. Sometimes it's just as easy as sliding them off after you have unbent them. Some don't work that easy because of how they're wrapped around there, but some of them you can. So you'll see me doing different ways, but I always try to make sure that I'm not fluffing them out or anything at this stage, because I want to get them all taken off. That way at first I can see exactly what look I'm going for and the kind of curls that I've gotten with my results. So you guys are going to see me doing that. Now, I took them all down. I wound up going to work, and then I got home and I was like, oh my God, I love the way that this looks. It turned out really cute. Let me make sure I get my outro so they can see, honey, that the girls are slaying this. All I did was pull out some baby hairs, y'all, and I did me some sideburns, and I just revamped some of the curls. But other than that, these are how the curls held up for most of the day. It is in a free part style, and I really love the way that it came out. I got a ton of compliments. I hope this video was helpful for my girls with short hair, or whoever, honestly. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know how I did in the comments, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.